My Tinder date turned out to be my childhood nemesis. I've never told anyone this, but the first person I truly hated was a girl who destroyed me at our 6th grade talent show. I was 11 and spent 3 months learning this card trick my grandpa taught me 2 weeks before he died of a heart attack. It was called the Ambitious card, and he made me promise I'd perform it at my school's talent show. The only thing I had left of him was that deck of cards and the memory of his hands showing me how the trick worked. The morning of the show, I was backstage at Roosevelt Elementary practicing when this girl I barely knew walked up. She had curly red hair and was holding sheet music for some piano piece. She seemed nice enough and asked what I was doing. I was so excited I showed her the whole trick step by step. She watched closely, asked questions, even complimented how smooth my shuffles were. I thought I'd made a friend. During my actual performance, I walked on stage with my grandpa's cards. The auditorium had maybe 200 kids and parents. I was halfway through the trick doing exactly what grandpa taught me when that same girl stood up from the 3rd row. She yelled out the entire method, how I was palming the card, where I was hiding it, every single secret. The room went silent. Then kids started laughing. The judge is a gym teacher and 2 parents looked uncomfortable. One of them said, "Thank you, that's enough." I just stood there frozen holding my grandpa's cards while everyone stared. I ran off stage and locked myself in the bathroom for an hour. My mom found me crying on the floor. I never touched those cards again, put them in a shoebox under my bed and tried to forget magic existed. Fast forward 15 years and I'm on my 3rd date with this girl from Tinder. She's a graphic designer. We'd been talking for 2 weeks. She seemed perfect, honestly. We were at this Italian place called Marino's and she ordered the carbonara. Halfway through dinner, she got quiet and said she wanted to tell me something. She started talking about childhood regrets, how she's been in therapy working through guilt about things she did as a kid. Then she said it. She mentioned ruining some kid's magic act in 6th grade, said it was at Roosevelt Elementary in 2009. She explained she was supposed to perform a piano piece, but got cut from the show last minute because they had too many acts. She was sitting in the audience watching this boy do a card trick and just snapped. She stood up and exposed the whole trick because she was jealous and angry. She wanted him to feel what she felt. She said she's carried that guilt for 15 years, that she thinks about that boy sometimes and wonders if he ever forgave her. She even said she wishes she could find him and apologize because what she did was cruel and she knows it probably affected him. I just sat there watching her apologize to a ghost. She had absolutely no idea that the kid whose life she ruined was sitting 2 feet away from her eating breadsticks. I could see she was genuinely sorry. Her hands were shaking when she talked about it, but I couldn't stop thinking about that shoebox under my childhood bed, about my mom finding me on that bathroom floor, about how I never performed magic again because one person decided to destroy me out of spite. I asked her what the kid looked like. She said she didn't really remember, just that he had dark hair and was wearing a blue shirt. I was wearing a blue shirt that day. I asked if she remembered his name. She said no. I asked if she remembered what kind of cards he used. She said they looked old, maybe vintage. They were my dead grandpa's cards. I didn't tell her any of this. I just asked for the check. She looked confused and asked if everything was okay. I said I wasn't feeling well and needed to leave. She offered to split the bill, but I paid for everything and walked out. She texted me an hour later asking if she said something wrong. Then again at midnight saying she had a great time until the end. Then the next morning apologizing if she overshared. Then 2 days later asking if we could talk. Then a week later saying she understood if I wanted to move on. I still haven't responded. Every time I see her name on my phone, I'm back in that auditorium. I'm 11 years old holding my grandpa's cards while 200 people laugh at me. Part of me wants to tell her just to see her face when she realizes. She's still out there looking for that kid to apologize to, and I'm still trying to figure out if I'll ever tell her she found him.
Today I messed up when I offered my coworker a ride home. She's 24, works in accounting 2 floors down, and we've been friendly but strictly professional for the past 8 months. Around 6 p.m. on Friday, she came up to my desk and mentioned her Honda Civic was in the shop until Monday morning. She asked if I could possibly drop her off since we apparently live in the same general direction. I said sure, absolutely no problem at all. It's maybe a 15-minute drive through downtown traffic. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Literally everything could go wrong. We're about 10 minutes into the drive, stuck at a red light on 5th Street when her phone rings. She glances at the screen, lets out this heavy sigh and answers, "Hey babe, what's up?" It's her boyfriend Mike, and even from the driver's seat I can immediately tell he's not happy about something. His voice is coming through loud enough that I'm catching bits and pieces bleeding through her phone speaker. She's trying really hard to stay calm and patient. "Mike, I already explained this to you earlier today. It was just a work thing. Everyone from the entire department was there." There's a long pause while he talks. "No, I honestly didn't think I needed to ask permission to post a photo from a work event." Another pause, even longer this time. Her jaw visibly clenches. "They're my coworkers, Mike. We got drinks after the quarterly sales meeting wrapped up. It's completely normal workplace stuff." The light finally turns green. I'm trying to focus on driving and pretend I can't hear any of this conversation. Then he must have asked specifically about the guys in the background of her Instagram story because she says, "What guys? Oh my god, you mean Noah from IT and the new sales team. Are you serious right now?" She's getting visibly annoyed now, shaking her head in frustration. "Mike, they're literally just people I work with every single day. We all went to the same bar together as a group. That's when it happens." He asks the question that changes everything. "Who's driving her home right now?" She doesn't even hesitate for a second. "One of my coworkers offered me a ride since my car's in the shop. Remember? I literally told you about this situation yesterday." I can hear his voice getting noticeably louder through the speaker now. She rolls her eyes so hard I'm genuinely surprised they don't get permanently stuck. "Yes, Mike, it's a guy from work, but I need you to relax, okay? I need you to trust me here. He's completely harmless." I'm gripping the steering wheel just a little bit tighter now. "Babe, I'm being totally serious with you. You have absolutely nothing to worry about with this particular person. He's the office dad. Literally nobody here would ever look at him that way. He's just not that type of person at all. I'm 28 years old. She's 24. We're 4 years apart. I'm not anyone's father figure." But she's not done yet. She keeps going, digging herself deeper. "I mean, he's really sweet, don't get me wrong about that. Super nice guy overall, but come on, Mike. He brings those Tupperware containers from home every single day, like the ones with the little plastic dividers for keeping his vegetables and protein separated. And last week he literally spent like 20 minutes explaining his whole 401k contribution strategy to anyone who'd listen in the break room. I meal prep on Sunday nights because it saves me roughly $200 a month on food costs. And yes, I mentioned my retirement planning once to 2 coworkers who seemed genuinely interested. Once. Mike must still be going off because she actually laughs now and says, "Babe, listen to me carefully. If I wanted to cheat on you, which I absolutely don't, it definitely wouldn't be with someone who drives a 2012 Toyota Camry with an expired parking permit still stuck on the dashboard and unironically wears a fanny pack to the office." It's a crossbody messenger bag. I wore it exactly one time because I biked to work that morning and needed both hands free for the handlebars. One single time. She's really on a roll now, clearly trying to boost Mike's fragile ego by completely destroying my entire existence. He's the guy who sends those calendar reminders to everyone about the quarterly fire drill procedures. He has this super organized labeled drawer system for all his office pens. Different colors go in different labeled sections. He actually asked HR last month if we could start an official workplace book club. The pen organization is genuinely efficient, and the book club would have been fun. Oh, and last month, she continues, laughing even harder, he wore this brown sweater vest on Casual Friday. An actual sweater vest, Mike, with those little leather elbow patches sewn on. My mom bought me that vest for Christmas, and I wanted to wear it. I'm just staring straight ahead at the road, both hands locked at 10 and 2, wondering if I should pull over and let her out. But we're on the highway, and I'm too polite. Mike finally seems to calm down because her tone shifts completely. She goes quiet and says softly, I love you too, babe. You're the only guy I want. These work people are just, they're background characters. Especially this one. Background character. That's what I am. We pull into her apartment complex, and she wraps up, okay, babe, I'm home. I'll call when I'm inside. Love you so much. She hangs up, turns to me with this huge smile. Oh my god, thank you so much for the ride. You're seriously the absolute best. I just nod silently. You're like a work uncle, you know? So reliable. I'm 28. She gets out, waves cheerfully, and heads toward her building. I sit there for a full minute, then check my mirror. Monday morning is going to be absolutely unbearable. I'm updating my resume tonight.